Hello students, today I will be talking about the remaining part of chemistry of lipids. Phospholipids. It is a major class of membrane lipids. It has four components. First component is fatty acid. Next is a platform or a backbone made up of glycerol or sphingosine alcohol to which fatty acids are attached. Next is a phosphate group and an alcohol attached to the phosphate. This is the structure of glycerophospholipid where the platform or the backbone is formed by glycerol and alcohol to which two fatty acids are esterified to the first two carbon atoms, and to the third carbon atom a phosphate group is esterified to which an alcohol is attached. Phospholipids can be classified into two major types: glycerophospholipids containing glycerol as the main alcohol and sphingophospholipid containing sphingosine as the main alcohol. Examples of glycerophospholipids are phosphatidic acid, phosphatidyl ethanolamine, phosphatidyl choline, phosphatidyl serine, phosphatidyl glycerol, phosphatidyl inositol, cardiolipin or diphosphatidyl glycerol, plasmalogen, and platelet activating factor. Sphingophospholipid example is sphingomyelin. This diagram shows the structures of different types of phospholipids. Phosphatidic acid is the simplest phospholipid where the components are glycerol, fatty acids, and the phosphate group. This is the structure of cephalin or phosphatidyl ethanolamine where the components are glycerol, fatty acids, phosphate group, and the alcohol ethanolamine. This is the structure of phosphatidyl serine where the components are glycerol, fatty acids, phosphate group, and the amino acid serine. This is the structure of lecithin or phosphatidyl choline where choline is attached to the phosphate group of the phospholipid. This is the structure of phosphatidyl inositol where myoinositol is attached to the phosphate group of the phospholipid. This is the structure of plasmalogen or phosphatidyl ethanolamine where ethanolamine is attached to the third hydroxyl group of the glycerol, and there is an alkenyl chain attached with ether linkage to the first hydroxyl group of the glycerol. This is the structure of cardiolipin or diphosphatidyl where two molecules of phosphatidyl are attached with each other. This is the structure of the sphingolipid sphingomyelin where the main alcohol is sphingosine in place of glycerol and a fatty acid esterified with sphingosine, a phosphate group, and choline. The fatty acid together with sphingosine is known as ceramide. Plasmalogen. Plasmalogens have an alkyline chain in ether linkage with the first hydroxyl of glycerol. They occur in muscle and brain. This is the structure of plasmalogen. Platelet activating factor. It is an unusual phospholipid. It is a major mediator of hypersensitivity, acute inflammatory reactions, allergic responses, and anaphylactic shock. It is synthesized and released from polymorphonuclear neutrophils in response to stimulation. This is the structure of platelet activating factor. Properties of phospholipids. They are amphipathic in nature, that means they have both hydrophilic and hydrophobic groups. Because of amphipathic nature, they form structures like micelle, biomembranes, and liposomes. This diagram shows the lipid bilayer membrane made up of amphipathic phospholipid molecules having hydrophilic head group consisting of the phosphate group and the alcohol part of the phospholipid, and two hydrophobic tails consisting of the two fatty acid chains of the phospholipid molecule. This bend or kink in the fatty acid chain is due to cis configuration of the unsaturated fatty acid. This hydrophilic head group are oriented to the aqueous side and the hydrophobic tails are oriented to the inner core of the membrane. This diagram shows the different types of structures formed by the amphipathic phospholipid molecules. This is the lipid bilayer structure I have already described. This is the micelle, which is a spherical structure formed by aggregation of the amphipathic phospholipid molecules, where there is a nonpolar phase and an aqueous phase. This helps in digestion of fats and fat-soluble vitamins. Liposome is a spherical structure which is similar to lipid bilayer, but it is made artificially in the laboratory by sonication of the phospholipid molecules. It may be unilamellar having only one layer or multilamellar having multiple layers. Functions of phospholipids. Phospholipids act as constituents of membrane because of their amphipathic nature. They act as source of polyunsaturated fatty acids for icosanoid synthesis. It has a role in blood coagulation. Platelet activating factor and ether phospholipid released from damaged tissues causes aggregation of platelets and release of coagulation factors from them. They have a role in lipid absorption in the intestine by formation of the micelles. They have a role in lipid transport from the intestine and liver by forming lipoproteins. Phospholipids act as source of linoleic acid for esterifying cholesterol, which helps in excretion of cholesterol from peripheral tissues. The phospholipid lecithin has a lipotropic action, that means it prevents fatty liver. Brain and retinal function. Phospholipids containing carbonic acid are abundant in cerebral cortex and retinal rods, where they help in retinal and brain development. Formation of myelin sheath. Phospholipids are important constituents of myelin sheaths and participate thereby in insulating myelinated nerve fibers and in solitary conduction of nerve impulses. They act as cofactor for some enzymes like mammalian signaled peptides. They act as second messenger in hormone action. Example is inositol 1,4,5 triphosphate. Clinical importance of phospholipids. Divalmeter lecithin is a surfactant that lowers the surface tension of the lung alveoli, which prevents its collapse. Its deficiency causes respiratory distress syndrome or Thiele membrane disease in premature babies. Lecithin sphingomyelin ratio or LS ratio in amniotic fluid is used to assess the fetal lung maturity. The normal value of LS ratio is 2 to 2.5. If it is less than 2, the lung is said to be immature. In this picture, we can see fully expanded alveolus at the end of inspiration and partially deflated alveolus at the end of normal expiration. When there is deficiency of the surfactant, the alveolus will be collapsed and the condition is known as atelectasis. So this will cause breathing problems or respiratory distress to the patient. Glycolipids. Glycolipids are present in nervous tissue. They occur in the outer leaflet of plasma membrane. They contain carbohydrates. Glycolipids can be classified into two major types, sphingolipids and sulfolipids or sulfatides. Sphingolipids can be again classified into cerebroside, which consists of ceramide and monosaccharide. Ceramide consists of sphingosine and fatty acid. Globoside, which consists of ceramide and oligosaccharide, and ganglioside, which consists of ceramide and a complex oligosaccharide. Sulfolipids or sulfatides, examples are sulfated cerebrosides, globosides, and gangliosides. This is the structure of a cerebroside where the components are sphingosine and fatty acid together. They are known as ceramide and galactose, the monosaccharide. This is sphingomyelin, which consists of ceramide and phosphocholine, and these are some natural sphingolipids: glucosyl ceramide, galactosyl ceramide, lactosyl ceramide, trihexosyl ceramide, and globoside. Gangliosides. Gangliosides are glycosphingolipids containing sialic acid or N-acetyl-neuraminidase acid. They are present in high concentration in nervous tissue. They act as receptors. For example, GM1 receptor is a receptor for cholera-taxin. This is the structure of a ganglioside, where the components are ceramide and a complex oligosaccharide chain containing glucose, galactose, N-acetyl-galactosamine, galactose, and N-acetyl-neuraminidase acid or sialic acid. From this slide, we can have some idea about the classification of some of the lipids according to their location and function. So broadly, they are divided into storage lipids and membrane lipids. Storage lipids are neutral and they have the storage function. So it is triacylglycerol, and this is the structure. The alcohol is glycerol and three fatty acids are esterified to it. Membrane lipids can be classified into phospholipids and glycolipids. Phospholipids can be classified into glycerophospholipids and sphingolipids according to the main alcohol present in the structure. Then glycolipids is the sphingolipid is there, that is glycosphingolipid, and the main component is the carbohydrate, either in the form of monosaccharide or simple oligosaccharide or a complex oligosaccharide. Cholesterol. It is the most important sterol in animal tissues. Some of the structural characteristics are it possesses a cyclopentanol parahydrophenantine nucleus or the steroid nucleus. It has a hydroxyl group at carbon number 3. It has a double bond between carbon number 5 and 6. There are two methyl groups at carbon number 10 and 13. There is a 8 carbon side chain attached to the carbon number 17. This is the structure of cholesterol having 27 carbon atoms, and this is the structure of steroid nucleus or cyclopentano-parhydrophenantine nucleus having 4 rings A, B, C and D. A, B and C rings are 6-membered rings and the D ring is the 5-membered ring. Here in the cholesterol structure, there is a hydroxyl group attached to the carbon number 3. There is a double bond between 5 and 6, and there are two methyl groups attached to the carbon number 10 and 13. So these are 10 and 13. And there are 8 carbon side chain attached to the carbon number 17. This is the structure of ergosterol, the sterol found in the cell membrane of the fungi and protozoa. 6 carbon rings of the steroid nucleus is capable of existing either in chair or both forms. In naturally occurring steroid, all the rings are in the chair forms, which is more stable. So this chair form is more stable than the both form. Cholesterol is insoluble in water. Sources of cholesterol may be exogenous from diet or may be endogenous from acetyl coenzyme. So we can synthesize cholesterol in our body from acetyl coenzyme. Cholesterol is found in both free form and esterified form when it is esterified with a fatty acid. It is found in nervous tissue, liver, skin, intestinal mucosa, adrenal cortex, etc. Significance and functions of cholesterol. Cholesterol is a precursor of steroid hormones, vitamin D, and bile acids. It causes insulation of nerve fibers. It is an important component of membranes. It has a role in atherosclerosis. When cholesterol is deposited in the walls of the artery, it may cause atherosclerosis. It is a major constituent of gallstones. When there is excessive cholesterol deposition in the bile, it may be precipitated and form gallbladder stones. Lipoproteins. Before knowing lipoproteins, we have to know what are the lipids present in plasma. Plasma lipids consist of 16% of triacylglycerol, 30% of phospholipids, 14% of cholesterol, 36% of cholesterol esters, and 4% of free fatty acids. Free fatty acid is metabolically the most active of the plasma lipids. Now, what are the lipoproteins? Lipids being insoluble in water are transported in blood as soluble lipoproteins. So, lipoproteins help in transport of water insoluble lipids in blood. Nonpolar lipids like triacylglycerol, cholesterol esters, and amphipathic lipids like phospholipids, free cholesterol associate with proteins to make water miscible lipoproteins. The protein component is called apolipoprotein. This is the lipoprotein structure where the outer layer is formed by amphipathic lipids like phospholipids and free cholesterol. In the free cholesterol structure, the hydrophilic head group is formed by the hydroxyl group and the hydrophobic tail is formed by the rest of the structure. The core is mainly formed by nonpolar lipids like triacylglycerol and cholesterol ester, where the cholesterol is esterified with a fatty acid chain. There are two types of protein in the lipoprotein structure. There is peripheral lipoprotein, and it is present in the periphery of the lipoprotein structure, and integral apoprotein, which is which traverses deep into the structure of the lipoprotein. For example, ApoB. Classification of lipoproteins. Depending on the density and electrophoretic mobility, lipoproteins can be classified into chylomicrons having the lowest density, very low density lipoproteins or VLDL or pre-beta lipoproteins, intermediate density lipoproteins or ideal or broad beta lipoproteins, low density lipoproteins or LDL or beta lipoproteins, and high density lipoproteins or HDL or alpha lipoproteins. This table shows the different types of lipoproteins, their sources, their diameter, their density, their protein and lipid composition, the main lipid component present in them, and the apolipoproteins. For example, the lipoprotein chylomicron, the source is intestine. This is its diameter. It has the lowest density. It has the highest lipid content, around 98 to 99%, and minimal protein content, 1 to 2%. The main lipid component is triacylglycerol, and these are its apolipoproteins, the most prominent being B48. So all these lipoproteins will be discussed in detail in the lipoprotein metabolism. Thank you for your attention.